Hello, everybody. Welcome this Thirsty Thursday to Wine Antics Live. I know you've missed me over the last couple weeks, and you're going to miss Stubb even a little bit more because he's out somewhere in France, somewhere between Paris and Bordeaux. I don't know, but I am thoroughly jealous. It's okay. The ladies have taken over tonight, and we're going to be talking about the Wine Blogger Scholarship and the Wine Bloggers Conference. I was very, very lucky to receive a scholarship to help me get out to the Wine Bloggers Conference this year. Thank you, Thea. Thank you, all the people behind the Wine Bloggers Scholarship. Thank you to all the people that helped me to get out there and make the trip as affordable as possible. Kind of going along that theme, I'm going to do a not so shameless self-plug for the panel that I did last Saturday. It was not only my perspective, but three other women's perspective on video. So that was Tanisha Townsend from Girl Meets Glass. It was Maya Parrish from The Wine. She's the wine mistress. And then Sarita Chavez from Vine Me Up and The Swirl Suite. And it was an amazing panel. But yes, the live stream went out to the bloggers page. It went out to the bloggers alumni page. So you could check out the whole live stream there if you want to hear everybody's content. If you just want to hear a little bit about my thoughts on live streaming and video, I put out this really neat blog post. And by really neat, it means I spent a lot of time on it. So I want you guys to all go look at it at www.vitmug.com/WBC17. It has my takeaways for not only how I view video, but also how you as wine bloggers, and I assume there's a few wine bloggers out there tonight, can go live and just some content ideas. I mean, there's a little more work than just content, but it would get you started. But for tonight, I am very lucky to be joined by two other fellow scholarship recipients, and they are, I already have a mental break of names. Let's start with the easy one. Meg Shannon from Palette Practice. The next lady is Nicole Ruiz Hudson. There we go. When you get three names, and I got the thumbs up behind the scenes, so I'm doing okay. When you got three names, I start to blank. But she is from Nibbling Gypsy, and she has another Somm-related piece of work that she's been up to behind the scenes, and she'll talk a little bit more as she comes on air. I'm going to do, before I bring the ladies on, I'm going to check over on Facebook and see how we're doing. I see Thea. Yay, thank you for all the tags. I appreciate that. Hello, Kern. How you doing? Having a happy, good day? I hope you are. Your little bear, Jojo, is very safe. Even though you missed the video at the beginning, he's very safe. No harm has befallen him. And if you don't know who Jojo is the unofficial mascot of wine bloggers across the world, wine influencers as well. He's an unbearable soul. He bears it all for wine. If you haven't seen Mad Martian, he put out a great video all about the horrible, unbearable puns. All right, I'm going to go ahead and welcome the ladies onto the show because I'm killing myself here. All right, ladies, how are you doing?
Hi, doing well. Great to be here.
Yay! And you know what? I didn't even do that. So I know we've drank a lot of wine. I see you ladies are drinking wine. I am not. I'm drinking beer. Because I can't do it. And it's the opposite beer opener. Oh, goodness gracious. That's it. This is what's going to win the live stream right here. Me messing up the beer opener. All right, I kind of did a little injustice of introductions, but that's why I'm giving you ladies now a little bit of time to introduce who you are. And we're going to start with Meg. Meg, take a moment and let us know who you are.
Sure. So I'm Meg. My blog is called Palette Practice. It's coming up on 3 years old now, and I blog about wine, sometimes beer, and it's mostly just about my adventures in everyday life. I'm a recent WSET Level 3 graduate, so there's a lot of posts about going through the process, waiting for my results, waiting forever for my results, getting them, all that stuff. I have a post coming up about making my own advent calendar. It'll be year 3 for that. So if you're interested in either of those things, you should check it out.
I guess that's my cue to go.
No. Thank you for the smile. I was actually harassing Thea in the comments during your introduction, because that's how we roll around here. We multitask like a beast. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing some of your thoughts on the conference. Now, Meg, real quick, is this was your first Wine Bloggers conference?
It was, yeah.
Okay. Gonna get some newbie, some virgin perspective, if you will. So Nicole, would you please now do the same? Let our esteemed audience know a little bit more about who you are and what brought you to the Bloggers Conference.
Sure. Very excited to be on tonight. Yeah, so I have 2 blogs, Nibbling Gypsy, which I've had for quite a few years now, and Psalms Table, or on Instagram, the Psalms Table, which is just under a year old. I in my previous life, I worked in entertainment, but kind of for a little while, for a good couple of years, had like food and wine sort of creeping in, kind of wanting to take over. Then my husband and I moved to New York, and I kind of decided to go ahead and make the transition. And so I went to culinary school at what is now the International Culinary Center. And then I did a program to do the certified at the Court of Master Sommeliers. From there, I switched to WSET, and I've now gone all the way through diploma. I worked for 3 years at Wine Spectator in New York in the tasting office, in the tasting department. But we really missed California, so we're back. Now I'm in Oakland, and happy to be back. And so I've been blogging for a long time. Psalms Table is like really the sort of wine focused, kind of wine before food. And now that I decided to go to the Wine Bloggers Conference to sort of like really get the perspective of like, doing things really seriously.
Great. And I think you guys equally bring a diverse and unique perspective. I kind of assume everybody is like me, that started very grassroots, did take WSET level 2 and level 3, because that's how most people go, instead of going to the court and then going back to WSET. You were the first that I've met that went that route. So it's good to hear your background and your perspectives, because we usually talk a little bit about the wine that we're drinking. I would love to hear what you ladies are drinking tonight.
Sure,
Meg?
who should go first? Oh, sure. Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Hi, that's Meg.
I am ongoing of a bottle I opened last night for National Zinfandel Day. It is, am I going to get it? Deloach Zinfandel 2014 from Reebly Valley, which is a valley I didn't know existed until I went to the conference last week. So thank you, Deloach Vineyards.
How about you, Nicole?
Okay, so I'm drinking a wine that's new to me. It's the B Cossage wines. I don't think you can see that very well, but anyway, it's called it's from Cossage Wines, and it's the shop from Carneros here in California, and it's a Pinot Noir 2014. It's also leftover from a couple nights ago. So I'm finishing it up. It's lovely.
No wine left behind, okay? No wine left
never.
behind. I saw a lot at the conference, a lot of wine left behind. It was kind of like my own inner travesty.
It pained me.
I was like, why aren't you people from California taking more wine all the time? Let me give a few shout outs to people that are there. Hi, Doug. Good to see you. I love that Thea and Kern are already fighting in the discussion. Cannot wait to the after party for you guys. I see a couple other people there. Let us know if you're out there. I see Eli. Hello. And if you really would like to share this with another blogging group or on your timeline, we would greatly appreciate the share, so that we can give our very truthful perspective of being scholarship recipients and the Wine Bloggers Conference. I got a few opinions myself. They're all good. I promise. I promise. Some people may worry though. So I want to start out the top of the question, top of the deck, going back to my email, because I actually gave everybody questions ahead of time. If you guys have watched this show, I've become very spoiled with Stub, where we need like 3 points that we may talk about or may not talk about, and then we just go with that. But I was trying to be nice. You know, there's some people that haven't tried live streaming yet, so I try to be nice. So I sent the questions ahead of time. So the first one is, how does the Wine Bloggers Conference compare with other conferences or trainings you've attended? And Meg, you're on the hot seat first.
Hello. Well, I've been to some conferences before, but never any about writing or about wine. So this was kind of a whole different world for me, like a whole new world. Anyway, so it was, and very different from the training that I've had. It was way more relaxed. Everybody was really friendly. I really appreciated having the chance to go and talk to people and talk to my classmates and or fellow conference goers and get to know them, hear what they're about, what they like and don't like, hear their impressions on the wine, which is great. Sometimes I'm a little timid to share my tasting notes or what I'm getting off a wine because I always think I'm wrong. But it was really nice to talk to everybody about it all. That's all I got.
You are more concise than what I'm prepared for.
Oh, sorry. I could go on.
I'm very used to that. I'm very used to Stub and a 30-minute diatribe about being Elvis Presley. That happened on our Halloween episode. He stayed in character as Elvis Presley for like 40 minutes.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, you guys are gonna
watch it now.
You're gonna have to go back and watch it now. So the same question to you, Meg, Nicole, and I will then share how my perspective of this in a group forum.
Okay, so I think I'm going to sadly be even more concise than that because this was my first conference, really of any kind, of anything like this. I've done a lot of wine training. Like I said, I've been, done a bunch of years between the court and W set, but this is just so much more relaxed, a little like, everybody's so friendly. There's a lot more focus on how to write about it, how to talk about it, how you express thoughts to and get your ideas out to people who may not always be drinking wine in the same way that we are. So this very different experience for me. And but yeah, so fun. Like same as what Meg was saying. It was just really nice to meet so many people, a lot of whom I'd been following already for some time on social media, and like kind of meet in person and find everybody be so friendly and welcoming. It was my first conference. Like I'm a newbie, and the people were sort of as Thea said, like we love newbies, we love virgins. So so that was fun.
That's so true. They were screaming that in the comments as well. Yeah, as soon as I mentioned the virgin comment, everybody got very excited. So, confession time. This is not my first attendance at the Wine Bloggers Conference. My first year was last year in Lodi. I actually applied for the scholarship last year as well. And it's all Thea's fault. I actually missed the cutoff by, I think, 1 or 2 people. There was just not as much money and opportunity last year as there was this year. I think there were only like 3 scholarship recipients last year. And I'm sure Thea will correct me if I'm wrong. So I already knew what I was getting into. But I will take an easy comparison. I went to the Wine Marketing and Tourism Conference just days before the Wine Bloggers Conference, and it is a world away.
Really?
A world away. I mean, number one, many people will say this about the Wine Bloggers Conference. This is a grand family reunion every year where, yes, you're meeting people that you've only met via social media, like you've seen their handle and their picture. Every year you're like, oh, you're that person. I never knew that. And wow, you're a lot taller than I thought you were. Because that's what I get every year.
I know you're sitting, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting the whole time. So nobody has any idea that I'm like 5'10". And but it's not like that at the tourism conference at all. It is all business, and I understand, like, it's for tourism organizations, it's for DMOs, it's for CVBs, it's for people in the industry that are really trying to make something of the industry and business wise. I mean, the bloggers conference, I think people want to make money and they're figuring out along the way, but they're just really happy to be passionate about wine and come together and share that. So that's my answer to the question. Look at that. I answered the question too.
Yay.
Yay. And I really do appreciate you singing A Whole New World for the live stream.
A little. I did it a little. I got shy.
No, don't be shy. Just keep drinking wine. It'll get better. I promise. So we all applied for the scholarship. Like I said, this was the second year that I applied for it. My reason for applying for the scholarship hasn't changed any. I am maybe now year 2 into being an entrepreneur and trying to figure out how to make money in both the wine industry and the live streaming industry, as you can see here. So I've made no qualms about the fact that it's not easy starting out fresh, and this is my full-time job trying to figure it out. So that's why I applied for the scholarship and why it meant so much for me. How about you ladies? What prompted you to apply for the scholarship? I'm going back to Meg every time. Meg,
okay.
you're number one.
I got it. I'm here.
Every
I got it. So I'd known about the wine. Okay, here's my story of Meg and the Wine Bloggers Conference. I had learned about the Wine Bloggers Conference. I'm based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the world, the galaxy, whatever. And I learned about the conference like 2 weeks after it was in the Finger Lakes, like a 4-hour drive, an easily doable distance for me to go to this conference. Okay, and then it was in Lodi and I really wanted to go and I couldn't make it work. And then it was in Santa Rosa this year and I really wanted to go and I couldn't make it work. In my day job, I work for a very, very small arts not-for-profit. There's only 5 of us that work there, and I'm not making it rain in my day job. It's not happening. So similar to Jen, there was no way I was going to make it otherwise. So I needed help, and there was help to be given. So it was amazing. It was so great. I'm so grateful.
And there was help, and there was gratefulness. I feel very Thanksgiving right now.
Right?
And then there was goodness.
I'm not even American, and I'm doing it.
But you had your Thanksgiving not too long ago.
Like a month ago.
Well, tis the season. Your season just starts sooner.
Oh yeah, and then I'm already ready because I'm ready for the next season.
Oh dang, that's one of them chocolate advents, isn't that?
It's legit. Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. All right, Nicole, your turn.
Okay, I mean, pretty similar to you guys actually. So I was introduced to a wonderful woman, Deborah Parker Wong, who actually was a speaker she had 2 sessions at the conference this year. She told me about it and sort of pointed me in that direction. I'm based in the Bay, so I'm not that far from Santa Rosa, but nonetheless, I don't make that much money. So I work. I do work part-time. I work at a wonderful wine shop here in Oakland called Bay Grape. So Bay, like the Bay Area grape. If any of you are ever in Oakland, please come say hi. But yeah, so I work part-time, trying to write on the side and teach on the side. So, there's not that much extra cash. So I applied for the scholarship and, to see how it turned out. And it turned out, like you did, hard. All good.
I know we feel kind of silly talking about what it is to start up or what it is to start over or what it is to be in the industry. I think there's a lot of people that talk about the industry from the other side, from the winery perspective, from the PR, from the communications, from the marketing perspective, people that are established within the industry. It's a very different game to be on this side. And I know everybody, I'm preaching to the choir here. I know it because we talk about it every year. So I think I would just like to close out that question with I'm very appreciative of getting not only the scholarship but the Ethnofax scholarship or the Ethnofax grant. Thank you for reminding me, Thea. I'm appreciative of anybody that believes in what I'm doing, or what people around me are doing, or the people that I help or collaborate with are doing. And I love live streaming, and I hope to continue this and be able to afford to keep a roof over my head. Let's be real. I know. Everybody's just silently nodding at me. Keep a roof over my head. I'm going to take a break in the questions and ask a question that nobody knew I was going to ask. Meg's going to freak out right now. I have to, toss things up and get a little crazy. So we did receive some bottles of wine. I mean, some people did. I'm not going to assume that everybody did. But there was also a lot of swag that happened at the conference. What was your favorite piece of swag, ladies?
Okay.
Should I make Nicole go first this time?
Saying that. No, it's good. So one of the sponsors was WordPress, who hosts my blog, both my websites actually, and they were giving out moleskin wine notebooks. I wish I had mine near me so I could show it to you. There you go.
Wait, I'm ready for you.
Swanky swag.
I know this is gonna be like
swanky ass swag. Sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, go for it. Go to town. So it's like all the notes, like you can talk about all the wine. It breaks it down for you here. And then it has tabs over here that you can change. And then it's got my favorite part. It's got a pocket full of goodies up in there. Stickers to change things around, to put notes in there. I will
say it's followed up very close second by the adorable WordPress wine sock thing, cozy sweater, whatever it was.
Oh, I'm going to be in trouble for saying that. I'm going to say what that was actually called on Frank's head. It was called a phallic sock, a phallic coverer sock. And I will not say who called said WordPress wine sweater. That's what it was. It was like a wine sweater that went over a bottle of wine. It just had the WordPress logo, but it does
looked like a sweater. It was like knitted.
Yeah, I have a couple of them. I can't wait to put all of my really good bottles of wine, like the ones that sit back there and kind of stand up. They all have sweaters. They all have little hats for Christmas. Watch out. Coles knows how to decorate my wine.
So good. I'm going to have to tune into that one too. All the things.
All right. I agree. That was on my favorite things from the conference as well. That's why I had it handy. How about you, Nicole? What was your favorite swag?
Okay. So for whatever reason, my favorite piece of swag was a bag that I won during the Low Night blind tasting. It was a breakout panel or education session, excuse me. And the funny thing is we got a lot of bags during the course of the conference. But this
so many bags.
It was just like so big and roomy, and I really like the design. So this is my favorite piece of swag. Oh, yeah. And then actually also we got, so my blog is based on food and wine pairing. At Hannah Vineyards, they gave us a cookbook. So I'm very excited to delve into that too.
I like the roomy bags. I like the one that Sonoma gave us too, the nice canvas bag that had kind of the collection of words and what Sonoma wine means all over the bag. It sounds like it looks like a fun bag that I can take out to a day of wine tasting, and people are like, "Oh, you've been to Sonoma?" and then automatically have something to connect with them. Yes, Chris Kern. Yes, you are the winners of saying exactly what the WordPress sweater was also called. Winner, chicken dinner. You can read the comments for that. My favorite thing is by my favorite people at the conference every year, besides Thea, who shared a beautiful bottle of Rosé Iron Horse bubbly with me. That was one of my favorite things. But I'm a simple girl. Like just a non-fancy wine opener, and this is from Naked Wine, and it's actually a different color. Like I have the black ones, but everybody has black ones, right? And how do you know what's yours unless you're like that kid in in school that engraves their name on every freaking thing, right? This is red and from Naked Winery. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it didn't even get taken from me at the airport.
That's big. That's big.
It is. Last year I sacrificed 3 of them.
Yeah, I've definitely sacrificed my share of corkscrews at the airport.
It made me very sad last year. I'm like, really? I'm going to open up some wine with this. If anybody on the plane needs some wine, I got them. I'm not going to be stabbing anybody.
Only corks. Stabbing corks.
Only corks. Exactly. All right. So I'm going to ask uno más, because we've done very well in time, and I appreciate everybody who's still watching. Thank you very much. One more question. And I could go the very nice route. Like, what is your takeaway from the Wine Bloggers Conference? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ask you, what shocked you most about the Wine Bloggers Conference?
Okay, so this is a thing that I had remarked to Nicole about. Nicole and I roomed at the conference, and also another friend of mine, Elizabeth. I wouldn't say shocked, because that's like a big word, but I was surprised at the age spread. I didn't expect to be one of the youngest people there. Blogging? Young people? Internet? No? Anyway, I'm trying to be tactful. No? Age spread. Stratification.
Is this where we're supposed to come in and either support or deny your theory here?
There was an age spread.
There is. And I think there was actually more of an age spread this year than last year. And anybody that went to the conference can contradict me, and just contradict me, because I know the people in the audience, they're going to do it anyway. What's that?
I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah, go ahead. Look at the comments. They're very fiery.
Some comments were old, which no, I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
No.
I'm calling myself excessively young.
There was, so I don't know if it was at the very beginning of the Wine Bloggers Conference or if it was at the Wine Marketing Tourism Conference. There is, Mike from the Wine Lunatic showed me a female vlogger who is going around to wineries and using drone footage. She's got to be in her mid-20s. And she was there for like one day. She has very short, bleach blonde hair, very cute, very cute, petite little thing that looks like she belongs in LA for sure. I thought
she was going to say she was from LA. I'm just going to say it.
Just going to say she was from LA. Yeah. And she looked to be honestly one of the youngest. I don't see many people, under 25 blogging about wine.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense because, at least probably in your early 20s, I remember mostly drinking like 2-buck chuck and boxed wine, and so it takes a while before you're even legal, and then you probably can't afford it for a while. So if you're gonna get interested, it's probably not, most likely not until your mid-20s.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
But
I'll allow.
What's funny is that nowadays, 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds can have a whole YouTube career.
Yeah.
Before they're even able to drink, right? They could be talking about wine history. They could be doing all of these things around wine, but not actually drinking any of it. And I'm not saying that they are. I don't know of anybody doing that. I'm just using the example that there are a ton of people producing content and being very well known for their content well under the age of 21. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody came out swinging at 21.
Yeah.
Especially if they grew up in wine country.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
We're a wine family.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I spent a lot of time with the O'Gormans, who work for Remy and Rodney Strong, and their kids are like set.
Yeah. I bet they know their stuff already. They're like teenagers or whatever.
Yeah, they're 14. Liam is 14, and I've forgotten. Sophie is like 10, and they just know it. They're just in the culture, they're experiencing it, and I don't know how they're good. Like, they could start a YouTube channel just talking about beverages and the community and the wineries and the interactions they have, and at 21 be out of the gate.
So there you go, guys.
Challenge accepted.
But no pressure.
No pressure. I don't know, but I think they're set up, and it's really interesting to know how many kids are being grown and groomed in the industry in California, and how lucky they are.
Right?
Right.
Oh, they don't even know.
You don't even know yet until you leave California, and then you're like, there's swill everywhere else except France, right? All right. Nicole, how about you? What shocked you most about the conference?
No, I don't know, but maybe it's the dance moves that came out the final night of the conference. I think the wine bloggers actually had some pretty amazing dance moves.
Yeah, so I took a picture, and Glennis from I think she's Vino underscore noir on social media. She was coming up to me, and she was swinging her coat, and I caught. I was like, Glennis, who are you right now? I don't even know you. And she's such a a quiet person. She's very thoughtful. If you sat with her at the live blogging, she's taking very diligent notes. And she really cares about getting into the wine and having a passionate discussion about wine. And then to see her on the dance floor, cutting up. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It
Dance
got out of hand.
Yeah.
Really fancy.
Who gave that party?
I think
It was
that joined.
Yeah, Cushing Donlin from Donlin Winery, and I can't remember his name, but he was from Bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking I recognized him from somewhere, and I couldn't figure it out. If you know the guy I'm talking about and he reminds you of someone, tell me.
Okay. Whoever it was, thank you for the DJ. Thank you for the good times and all of the video blackmail I now have for WBC 18.
I'm already afraid.
All be afraid. Most of my friends know me and know that it's trouble when I get out the camera, which is, we didn't talk about it, but WBC 18 is out in Walla Walla, Washington. Yay! A state I've only visited once, no, I have not visited any wine regions there. So I'm very excited.
I'm definitely excited to, well, hopefully I can make it.
I know, right? Early October is hard.
But yeah, like it's not that far. I feel like it's a place I should have been to by now, and would definitely be very excited to.
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully, me too. I have a wedding sandwiched between the Wine Bloggers Conference and the Wine Marketing and Tourism Conference. The wedding is down in Florida as well, so I may be ping-ponging across the United States during the month of October. All right, so
it's also Thanksgiving weekend in Canada that weekend, so I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure my life out.
Okay, you can have Friendsgiving.
I could. I could just force my family to defer the whole thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Because it can't happen if I'm not there.
Sorry, I'm busy, fam. Sorry. All right. Wine. More important. Wine is more important. I'm going to close out the show with how I like to normally close out the show. I give you an opportunity to speak your piece, saying any last words that you have. And I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to start with Nicole.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
I had a second to think about it.
Nope, not this time.
Okay, I guess I think the part that we can all play as wine bloggers or video bloggers is that I think is often missing from wine journalism sometimes is putting wine into the context of life. It's a part of our table. It's a part of how we spend time with family and friends, and that's I think that demystifies it when you can when we can focus on that, make people a little less intimidated, because after all, it's just delicious to drink.
Well said. That's why I get on here and drink beer during Wine Antics Live. Because you know what? After a solid 10 days of wine, I don't want any wine. I don't. I just want a cool, refreshing beer. And that's one thing I will say about the conference. There is never enough beer there.
No, there's never any. Well, never.
I mean,
one year experience, there wasn't.
I know, there's never any from that 1 year experience I have. Stubbs sometimes brings along a 6-pack of beer just because he needs the breakup of the wine. But there's never enough beer floating around. I think Bevfluence and Justin needs to change that. Yep. Yes. All right, Meg, you've had a moment to think. This better be priceless gems.
Okay, friend.
No pressure.
I kind of agree with Nicole. I think don't let yourself get nervous about what wine is. Sure, there's a lot to know if you want to know it. And if you don't want to know it, that's fine. Pick a bottle, find what you like, and go with that. If you don't like it, then put it aside and try something else. You can decide your price point. You can decide. I like to stay within $15 to $17 Canadian, which is less, more. Anyway, less. And then if I don't like a bottle, no pressure. I didn't waste a ton of money on it. So that's my wine soapbox, is just try. Just get out there and have fun and try.
Perfect. And if you guys see the graphics below, I have Nicole and Meg's information to their blogs, both their website, the name of their blogs, right? And then also who they are, full names, because I didn't put them on the lower thirds. Thank you very much, ladies, for being here. I appreciate some fresh virgin perspective. No, I like it. It's like camera moment. And
all
Doug,
yeah,
exactly. I'm not even ready for that. And
good,
Doug,
I was pulling a face. Don't do that to me.
just don't. Somebody screenshot right now. So Doug, I did see your question. They did not announce the runners up for WBC 18. They just announced Walla Walla as the winner chicken dinner of 200 plus bloggers infiltrating and drinking all of the wine. So I'm sorry, they didn't announce it otherwise. All right, guys, thank you very much for being here. I'm going to quickly close out the show here. Thank you very much. What you could tell, Stubb is not here. Stubb is in France again, gallivanting and having more fun than I am right now, even though my guests were lovely and had a great discussion. I wouldn't mind being in Bordeaux right now. Not going to lie. Next week is the holiday week, so we will not be on air. I will do something during the week, so I will put it out because I want to show the 16 bottles of wine I brought back. And I'm not saying that to boast. It was actually very cumbersome and laborious to bring back to the East Coast, but I'm appreciative of it, honestly, because to come on air every week or so and to have a wine to talk about can get very expensive. So I really appreciate the support I received through my visits in El Dorado, Amador, and Sonoma counties, and then through the Wine Marketing and Tourism Conference and the Wine Bloggers Conference. So I will do something for that. Heads up, guys. The holiday special is coming up, and I haven't picked the date yet, but if you guys remember from last year, we asked you to send in some videos. Be prepared to either send in a video again, or maybe a funny photo. I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to Stubb because he needs to cut the videos into something smaller. Because if you were there last year for the holiday special, it was a pretty disaster. Let's just go. A beautiful, pretty, whatever you want to use, disaster behind the scenes. So we need to make it a little tighter. Be aware that invite, that request, that end or demand will come out very soon from me, so I can hear what you're looking forward to in the new year, what wines you really enjoyed over the past year, and maybe some Christmas greetings to your fellow wine bloggers and the lovely Jennifer and Stubb. Otherwise, the after party is going up for a link in Facebook right now. Grab it and join us. I hope that Meg and Nicole will both join us or stay around for the after party. And I'll see you again in 2 weeks after the holidays. Bye, guys.